Hey everyone, how you doing? I hope you are doing absolutely fine. My name is Namu and you are watching Vocabulary Practice with Namu. Today in a video I am just going to tell you how to think in English. So without wasting so much time, let's dive into the video. Why I am telling you that you have to think in English if you learn English speaking. Why we are saying that? So today in a video I am just going to tell you what is the meaning how to think in English. Let me give you one example. If you are in your school, if you are in your office, your teacher or your boss giving you any question, giving you any queries, and they want that you can solve it, but you can't. So you are thinking, boss डांटेंगे, teacher मारेगी. You are thinking in your mother tongue because we are surrounded by our mother tongue, our language. So because we are surrounded by our mother tongue, so we are thinking like that. So that's why I am telling you this example, because if you want to think in English, you should create an environment around you in English also. So how can you do this? So today I am just going to tell you what is the way that you can create an environment around you, so it's really easy for you to think in English. So today I am just going to tell you how to think in English, that you have to create an environment. How can you do this? You can do this with the help of practice. Practice is the key if you want to be successful, because practice is the key to success. Always remember that you have to be consistent in your learning English language, because English is not a subject, English is a language. So you have to learn English as your mother tongue. So it's really important for you that you have to create a listening habit, you have to observe a listening habit, that also give you so much time to learn English language, and you can think in English also. So I just give you one method that really helps you a lot, that if you don't think in full word, if you don't think in English easily, you have to try it with small words. Means if you are in at your home and you are thinking मम्मी एंग्री हो जाएगी, so you can understand angry is a English word, so you can use English word in your Hindi sentence. So it is a really a small steps, but it can works very well. But you have to be consistent like that. You have to be using English word every day. Every sentence you made in Hindi, you have to put some English word in that also. So it is an initial step. Day by day you can use 2 words, 3 words, and one day you can think in also in English. I just want to tell you, if you remember my previous video, I said that I am improvised. What is the meaning of improvise? Improvise means that I can think in English, that's why I can speak in English without scripting, without any preparation. So it means I can think in English, that's why I can speak in English without scripting. So you have to create an environment that also help you to think in English. But it is not a really small purpose. It takes time. You can learn really very easily, but it takes time. So you have to put English word in your Hindi sentence. When you are thinking that something, you have to put English word also. Try to do this every day, not skip a single day. Be consistent about that. That is the only way you can think. When you are thinking, you can use English word. That also help you when you are using next time. You learn that you think that you have using that word before also. So it's really create an environment around you, and you think also in English. That is really helpful for you. And if you want to think in English, you have to read as much as you can. You have to read books. You have to read anything, whatever in English. You have to read it. If you are consuming so much English, you can think in English definitely, but you have to be consistent for that. You don't need to escape a single day. You have to consume at least 10 minutes for every day. That is the only way you can think in English. I just want to give you one example. Michael Phelps, if you know, Michael Phelps is a swimmer of, I think, Australia. So he won so many gold Olympic gold medals. So many. I think most of them when he take participation, he win the gold medal in Olympic for his country. How do you really think that he can learn swimming in a one day? No, that's not possible. Maybe someone pushed them into the water. Maybe he pushed them into the water that he can learn something. He can be expert. He should be expert. So he pushed himself to learn something. So day by day with consistency, because he is doing so much practice, maybe 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day, and when he learned the way how to do it, he can take more time, at least 8 to 10 hours a day. That is the only reason he will be expert in swimming. So that is the only way. You have to do it the same way. If you want to learn something, if you want to think in English, you have to consume English, whatever the reason, whatever the way you can do it. You have to do it. So you have to consume English, whatever the way you find. You have to consume it. That is the only way you can create a habit of thinking in English, and that is really helpful for you. And I am damn sure that you can learn how to think in English, but you have to create an environment around you. You have to surround it by English so you can think in English very well. So few methods that is also help you to do it, that you can read a book, you can read anything whatever you want. You have to listen so many podcasts, you have to listen of interviews of actor actresses, whatever you want. You have to listen podcasts, you have to listen interviews, you have to listen news in English. That also help you to maintain a environment around you so you can think in English also. But it is a not a small process, it is a long process. But you have to be consistent, you have to be patient, that you can do this. There is only one way that you can learn how to think in English, how to speak English, how to be fluent in English. That is the practice, and that is the method, that whatever the way you can do it. If you are accomplished with your target, that if you have a promise to yourself that you can do it, you will definitely do it. No one can stop you. If I am talking about myself, you can go and watch my previous video how I am speaking in English. Now you can see the what is the way I improve myself. I am not talking about that I am expert, but you can feel that how I improvise myself, how I improve myself in English. You can see and tell me. It is really helpful for you. Always try to comment me, so let me know that how it is going. Is it going for good for you also? So that is the way that you can think in English, and it is really helpful for you to create an environment around you. That's all for today's class. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and do take care of yourself. Take care. Thank you. Till then, bye bye. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.